Do you feel it, guys? Do you feel it? Do you feel that beautiful spring breeze coming in through my window? Do you feel the sun is finally out in the sky? It is no longer locked behind gray clouds of winter, and the joy of being surrounded by leaves is beginning. So, okay guys, I am so excited. I have actually been saving so many little garden projects to do with you guys. And for a lot of you guys, you're probably thinking, oh, gardening, we're going outside. No, still too cold to really garden here in Michigan, and I don't have a yard. So I'm going to show you guys how I, who has a leafy green heart, who absolutely loves leaves. I mean, look, I'm wearing an Animal Crossing leaf. I'm wearing a green shirt. I've got pea pods in my ears. I'm pretty surrounded by leaves now that you look behind me. Everywhere you turn, it is clear that I have a little bit of a passion for leafy green things. Just a little bit, just a little bit. But I have been saving some indoor projects to do with you guys. I think we will take one plant outside though, to show you what I'm doing with my gardens, because they may not be traditional gardens, but they have been bringing me a lot of joy, and I need to share the leafy journey with you guys, of course. So all right, I got a lot of really cool things for my birthday basically, and I celebrated my birthday last Tuesday, and I wanted to share with you guys some of the gardens that we're going to have growing and mushrooms that we're going to have growing. I have some other projects that I've been saving, like sprouting some snack seeds for the birds. We're gonna sprout seeds for them. We have new plants to put into a brand new space pod garden, aka my arrow garden. We have the little one here, and we have a brand new one downstairs that is huge that I am going to be showing to all of you. So I'm really excited. There is going to be quite a bit of greenery, quite a bit of leafy awesomeness happening, and I figured we should have a lettuce party. So let us party, my friends. You know, I'm pretty sure that I could feel Chip's flinch from that terrible pun all the way from the other side of town. So he probably sensed that, but I figured, like, come on, look at this lettuce. Lettuce party. It's the perfect pun. It is the perfect pun. And you guys actually just saw this lettuce. This is like a week and 2 days old on these lettuce pieces now here in the upstairs little mini pod. We're gonna call this mini pod, or we'll call this space pod, and then downstairs the new one that you guys will see in a second will be spaceship. But remember, just this freaking week, like I swear I just barely made a video showing you how oh, look at that, the cute little lettuce was starting to sprout, but it has already grown this much, and we're actually going to start off with a harvest of our very own. We're gonna harvest up some leaves, and I did some reading and I realized I probably am the culprit. I am so sorry, sunball plant, that I blamed you for stealing all of the nutrients and blocking out the light, even though it's huge. Look at the size of this guy. He just keeps putting out new sprouts. He is so happy. He is having some new babies. New flowers are popping up all of the time. I am just kind of amazed by that. But I blamed the sunball plant. I can't believe it once upon a time started its life here. It was so big now. For killing the lettuce, but it turns out I probably killed the lettuce because you're only supposed to take a third maximum from the plant each time, and I pretty much stripped those poor plants till there was nothing left. So this time we're gonna come in and I'm going to actually prune out the leaves that clearly Chickenberry, no feathers on the lettuce, please. No feathers on the lettuce. I'm going to prune out the leaves that clearly are ready to be eaten, and the ones that are starting to get to the point where they might crowd each other out. So we're going to begin with a little bit of a lettuce harvest, and then we are going to discuss the fate of this beautiful mix of flowers that we have going on here. Phew, much better. Look at that. All right, so we've started with a harvest. Look at this. There is already a bowl full of lettuce right here. I can't believe that. That is enough to easily make lunch for me or for Chips. There's quite a bit in here, and that's just from 3 of these. So if we have the entire new spaceship downstairs, a literal spaceship of lettuce, which would make me very happy, Chips and I just might be able to grow our own lettuce all the time, especially now that I'm learning how to constantly harvest off these, not over harvest them and kill them. So hopefully we will get there. And then this guy. So this guy is the new focus right now, my friends, in this lettuce party of leaves. Because this is that shade plant that I really thought was going to die back when it was kind of just these sprawly little tiny thing in between a bunch of lettuce and the sunball plant. But the shade plant has actually been doing really well. You can see that it has a whole bunch of different types of leaves. There are two plants kind of mixed in here. And we've got these big giant leaves that I have carefully turned so that they're not crowding out my little petunias who are doing their best. We have the big giant leaves here, and then we have these tiny little twirly guys. And these are actually two different plant sprouts. I didn't know which one would survive, so I never pruned between the two. And thankfully, they're both doing great, but I'm thinking it is time for them to move. They are shade-loving plants. They are from this, well, part shade little mix bouquet. I have no idea what they actually are. I'm beginning to think we got one of these guys involved. I really don't know what's gonna grow from them. I'm hoping it'll be something that like blossoms and it'll be really pretty and we'll have flowers at some point, but I'm just not sure what we have. If you guys recognize these leaves, let me know, because this is kind of a plant mystery. It could be Chinese forget-me-not, balsam tom thumb mix, annual candy tuft, how cute, baby blue eyes, English wallflower, annual baby's breath, also a very small mix of Virginia stock, Shirley poppy mix, dwarf columpine mix, Coleus rainbow mix, alpine forget-me-not, dwarf spurred snapdragon fairy bouquet mix. Oh my gosh, that sounds so fancy. Johnny jump up Helen mount, sweet William, and tussock bellflower. So quite the collection of what it could be, but right now it's a mystery plant, and I actually think it might do well outside. It's warmed up enough, and if I pull it out now, we will still have all of its roots, so we'll be able to do something with it. I think I'm gonna actually move it from our little space pod and put it into this little pot full of dirt, and we're gonna put it outside, and hopefully Patches won't eat it and we'll be able to watch it grow out there. Which means if we move that, we will have an empty spot that I am totally going to be putting this little snapdragon magic carpet blend even. These are dwarf snapdragons. I love snapdragons so much, and I want to see if we can get some of them started in our aero garden or not. So we're gonna see if we can manage to pull that off. I think they could stay in the aero garden and grow there pretty well. They only get 6 to 8 inches tall, so they could fit in the garden. But depending on how adventurous I feel, we might see if we can start a bunch of seeds in the garden and then really get them going outside while we're still waiting for the perfect time to be able to like actually put seeds outside on the deck. There we go. Look at this beautiful root system. It didn't get snagged on anything, so I think these guys are going to be okay. So I'm going to dig a deep hole and gently tuck the root system in there, and then give it some water with the little nutrients that the aero gardens come with, and then we're going to probably start moving this guy outside to see how he does out there. But maybe I'll try just like leaving him on the ground over here for a couple days and just see how he does, because he'll still be close to the light from the garden, so we'll see. Look at how amazingly tiny those seeds are. They are smaller than grains of salt that I have downstairs. This is amazing. But these are the snapdragon seeds, and they're going to take about 10 to 15 days if they're going to sprout for us at all. You want to keep them on the surface. You don't really want to drop them deeply into the little substrate that we have here. And I don't think you guys will be able to see it at all, but I have dropped a few of them onto the surface. So now we're going to go ahead and give them their nursery cap so that they have their little nursery cap on. There you go, little guys. Hopefully that will help. It helps to keep the heat and the moisture in, as you can tell from this petunia, who, let's take a little peek at you, why don't we, is doing so well. The cascading petunia might have hope, yet this actually sprouted ridiculously quickly. It's been only maybe a week since I put it in, and normally it takes 6 to 12 days to even sprout. So this cascading petunia, which hopefully will be a beautiful cascade of colors on our little space pod, it is still working on coming up, but I'm very proud of it. It's doing great. And then this one over here, I think might be a dud, because those seeds are not doing, whoops, sorry, those seeds are not doing anything. They haven't sprouted, nothing is going on in there. I think that they're dunion seeds. So we're gonna wait maybe a couple more days because it's been a little over a week, but I really don't think anything's gonna happen with this one. But it says 6 to 12 days, so I'm gonna give them a little longer. If they are duds, then at least we have this cascading petunia, and that means we will have another little spot to experiment with. Not that we're going to be running low on spots to experiment with because of my birthday gift from Chips. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that he did this for me because it's such an amazing thing. He gave me a spaceship, a lettuce spaceship, and let us go check out my lettuce spaceship, a gift from my absolute wonderful beloved. It's kind of a big gift. And it's kind of amazing because he just saw how much joy I've gotten over this Christmas gift that he gave me. We've had this thing planted for less than 40 days and I have been loving it that much. So clearly it's perfect for me, and he got me an even bigger version that we have downstairs. Ta-da! The Bounty Arrow Garden. Almost impossible to see because of its glare. The spaceship is too bright, too bright. Don't look into the sun. It's clearly a little too bright to like actually look at. But this is the Bounty Arrow Garden. This is not sponsored or anything. This is my birthday gift from Chips, and I'm so excited. This first time we decided to plant the entire thing full of lettuce, other than one little cascading petunia that I'm really hoping this one will sprout, but it's from the same batch and I don't know if those will sprout. If not, I will put maybe another sunball plant in here for Chips because they definitely work well. But we have lettuce in the entire thing. They do not recommend putting lettuce in every single slot. You want to like kind of space it out so that the plants have enough room to grow. We just wanted to go wild, fully knowing that that was slightly irresponsible, but we're going wild for lettuce in our little spaceship. Do we have any sprouts yet? It's only been like a couple days, but we have takeoff. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We've got liftoff. We've got lettuce liftoff, guys. Oh my goodness. That is actually from a seed from a lettuce kit that Chips got me for my birthday. You can check that out on my vlog channel. I did a little vlog talking about my birthday and the things people got me. Spoilers, it was almost all plants. But, oh no, I'm knocking the nursery caps off everywhere. No, sleep little one, sleep. But, you guys, we have lettuce liftoff. Oh, this is so exciting. I will have to update you guys like daily on what's going on here because who knows. So this is day 2. It's been maybe not even quite 48 hours since we got this set up, and already we have lettuce sprouts. So we'll have to keep an eye on them through the week and see how they grow. And we also need to keep an eye on my mushroom grow kit. Everywhere in the house I have things growing right now. I am so happy. But Chips, who hates mushrooms, who thinks that mushrooms are the bane of the world, who thinks that they're so gross, they don't taste good, their texture's wrong, he does not like mushrooms. Chips got me mushrooms for my birthday because he knows how much I love mushrooms. I think they're delicious and I think they're really cool. And I also think they serve a very important part as decomposers in the ecosystem. But this mushroom grow kit is for oyster mushrooms, and hopefully it will look like that in about 9 more days. So they're 100% guaranteed to grow. I think I have them in a really warm room in indirect sunlight, so they should grow very well. The way it works is you get the kit and you take out the centerpiece and you cut some holes in it. So you can see where I have actually, look at that, you can see where I have actually cut some flaps. So I need to come in when I have both hands available and actually use the tiny adorable little back to root spray bottle, or just the spray bottles that I have in my room for my geckos. And I need to spray this to keep it nice and moist a couple times a day. But we should have some oyster mushrooms that will be pushing their way forward and out in a few days. So it's going to be really fun to be able to share that growth with you guys and maybe share some delicious food. And yes, they are hanging out next to my herd of wild mushrooms, who I am in the process of painting and preparing to possibly find homes with some of you guys out there in the world. Hopefully, the 2 mushrooms will give each other a little bit of mushroomy luck. Also, you guys know how I mentioned the pitcher plant that I've learned to use like RRO water on, or reverse osmosis water, instead of tap water, and I've been giving it like the right kind of nutrients finally after years of wondering why it's dying. Well, it's got more babies. It has got more babies coming up, and I can see more babies in the background. So I thought it would be really fun to count all these babies with you, because I got this plant when I reached 70,000 subscribers to remember that this was a community I had to actively take care of. And I'm kind of, like I said in that vlog I made for our little pixel biology updates, I think it's really kind of an emotional thing to realize that the whole time I was taking care of the plant and myself with the wrong water. And now that I am starting to live in tune with myself a lot more, which sounds foo-foo-y, but I guess I'm kind of a foo-foo-y person. And everybody should find what works for them, the right kind of water, the right kind of nutrients for your life. And of course, everything in my life is garden metaphors. But we're getting so many pictures. I used to only have maybe one half-dead picture on this, and now we have got one right here. So one, you guys ready? Help me count. Let me know if you like notice any that I miss. Two, and you can see how he's got a teeny little hat opening. Oh my gosh. 3, 4. I think this line might be dying off, so that's, I guess, normal. So no more on him. But we've got 5, 6, tiny little 6th picture right down there. 7 at the back, 8 at the back. Oh, I can see a 9th at the back, right back there. Then we've got 10 and 11. Oh, hello! And 12. Oh my gosh, I wonder why some of them have like big openings like this one and some of them have smaller openings. So I think we have 11, was it? Oh, you shouldn't trust somebody with number dyslexia to do counting. Oh my goodness. But then you can see spots like this where they're starting to get these tiny hooks. Those are actually going to develop into pictures. So I can see several locations where we're probably going to see some more pictures. So I think that was 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, I think. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why did I get up with 13? Okay, you guys let me know how many that was. Like I said, number dyslexia, it sucks. The numbers don't stay in my head as long as they should, so I literally have forgotten how many there are. But I would love to watch this continue to grow and flourish, and me and our community continue to grow and flourish as we start figuring out what the right nutrients are, and we start figuring out what the right kind of water is for who we want to be. And by the way, if you want to hear a lot more very personal, more kind of adult toned conversations about what I think about who I want to be and how I have made huge, tremendous changes in my life so that the burnout that I went through is beginning to become more and more and more of a faded memory, and I really am feeling like I'm flourishing with everything in life, definitely check out my vlog channel, because that's where I shove all of those conversations, which are just basically me rambling for half an hour as I try to figure out how to live a good and joyful life that is vibrant and just fantastic and feels like an adventure and a fairy tale every day. And it's a lot of freaking work. But I'm figuring out that work over on the vlog channel, and I'm hoping to build some really great conversations there and in our Patreon chat about the serious business of joy. So there's that. And then finally, my friends, we have one last thing that we shall watch as it sprouts over the next few days, and that is snacks for the birds. So this is actually a seed blend, a sprouting seed blend. You guys have probably heard about people who eat sprouted seeds, which I'm not actually much of a fan of, but that's because I'm allergic to alfalfa, or however you pronounce that darn freaking word. And that's what people normally put in sprouts, but maybe the birds and I will get into seed sprouting together and we can make fun little salad greens out of it. So I'm going to be washing those sprouts in a special sprouting container. Basically, you wash the seeds and then you leave them to soak overnight and you rinse them a couple times a day over the next few days. Now that we have the fancy pantsy RO water that I continually flood the kitchen with by accident, yeah, if you haven't seen that zoo crafting stream, I flooded the kitchen while we were streaming. It was an event. But now that we have that, I want to try it out, and we're going to see if it helps out my birdos and helps them to conquer the mites that are still fighting against them. But alright, let's end things on a positive note. We have got sprouts, we have got spores, we have got greenery all around us. We have got greenery, by the way. I'm going to see if I can set up like a little coupon for like lettuce being the coupon for the greenery in our Etsy shop, because I realized these will probably be the last of these kinds of pens, the leafy pens and our little giraffe pen that we will do of this line, because I have some ideas for the future. And that means I need to start making space in my house. So we'll have a little sale, a lettuce sale, to celebrate lettuce and my birthday and greenery and spring and the fact it's not winter anymore. Over on the Etsy shop if you guys are interested. I'll put more information in the video description and try to set that up somehow. Mostly I just hope that those of you who would like a little bit of our leafy greenery can get it. I'm not too fussed about focusing on like the sales part of it, because I've got plants. I'm busy. I've got sprouts and I've got Stardew Valley, and I've got you guys to tell stories to. So alright guys, we've got lots of greenery this week. That was a very important update. I'm sure that whatever is going to happen here on the Pixel Biology channel for the actual games will appear, and I will try to give you some more sneak peeks about some of the things that we are working on behind the scenes that way in the next Pixel Biology update. But until next time guys, I hope you are all having a wonderful, joyful day. I hope you have something to put into your joy journals, and stay curious. Bye guys.